Satnam, hello, how are you? It's Mahandra's car, your mummy. And I wanted to check in with you. I want to give you some tips on your sadhana and what you're going through and how to best proceed. So many of you are awakening that inner guru and you want to juice up your sadhana. And I want to encourage you to not be so creative at first, to really use the technology and gain a velocity and a momentum. And by doing that, you'll really know that you're tuned in to this technology and using it best. So stick to the Kriya exactly as it says. So the trifecta is 3-3-3. If you want to do more Sat Kriya is a Kriya in its own, okay? And there is a specific way to increase, which is 3 minutes, 2 minutes rest. 3 minutes, 2 minutes rest. So if you want to increase in your trifecta, what you would do is stick with the 3 minutes of Fist of Anger, stick with the 3 minutes of Addiction Meditation, and that centerpiece, you can go up to 15 minutes with it. So it'd be 3 minutes Sat Kriya, 2 minutes rest, 3 minutes Sat Kriya, 2 minutes rest, 3 minutes Sat Kriya, 2 minutes rest. And I'll send you this. That would be an acceptable increase. What I encourage you to do is if you're looking for more juice, what you want to do is increase something up to 31 minutes. And the best thing to do is your Mul mantra. Okay, so right now you're chanting at 11 minutes, right? And as you've noticed, there isn't really any recordings that are more than 7.5, 8 minutes, right? So what I do is I chant with that mantra because I wanted to be in the same technology as you. So I'm actually doing Creating Love and the Mul mantra and then some other things that I had going already. But so you want to increase your sadhana. The best thing is to increase the meditative part and a longer silence. So increase the Mul mantra from 11 to 31. First, let me finish what I was talking about, 11 minutes. So most of your recordings are going to run out after 7.5 minutes. Now, just shut it off and use your voice for that last 3 to 4 minutes, chanting the Mul mantra, really getting into your nod, your God sound, okay? So if you're going for 31 minutes, you can use your music through that 7.5, 8 minutes, and then go ahead up to 31. That's the increase you want to make. You want to keep it disciplined and you want to get the juice out of this sadhana, and you want to do it the way it was written. Hardy Jivan gave us the trifecta as 3-3-3. The reason there's no rest after the Sat Kriya is because it is placed in a Kriya of itself, which you'll notice with Sat Kriya, sometimes Sat Kriya is placed within a Kriya and it doesn't always have that rest period. But if you start to increase Sat Kriya, there's a certain way to do it, and we want to make sure that we follow those guidelines. If you're doing Creating Love, you're in the 3-3-3, right? If you're wanting more challenge, you know that the master, the next thing is 11 minutes, right? So he went to 11 minutes here. So I'm going to send this in an email, but I just want to go over it. So the breakdown for the most part in meditations is 3 minutes, 11 minutes, 22 minutes, 31 minutes, 62 minutes. Let me tell you what happens. At 3 minutes, it affects your circulation, the blood, and your auric field. At 11 minutes, which is what we're doing right now with our Mul mantra, it changes the glandular system and nerves. So you get the 3 minute benefit, the circulation and blood and aura, plus it changes the glandular system and nerves. If you bump it up to 22 minutes, now it balances and coordinates your 3 mind, so the positive, negative, and neutral. At 22 minutes now, you've got a balanced mind, your glandular system's on, your auric field's pumped up. Nice, right? The next pump up is to 31 minutes. It affects all the cells and rhythms of the body and the layers of your mind's perception. 62 minutes. Changes the gray matter of the brain, integrates the subconscious, the shadow mind, and the outer projection. So it starts to really, so this is why I would rather, you've got your warm-ups, and both of our Kriyas, if done by what Mommy said, and you should do what Mommy said, it's 9 minutes, right? It's 9 minutes for the trifecta. It's 9 minutes for the creating self-love. Where you want to pump it up if you're looking for more is in this, right? It's in the minutes of your meditation, the Mul Mantra. So let's talk about, I found another thing on the Mul Mantra. The Mul Mantra, the first words of the Japji uttered by Guru Nanak, the highest of all mantras. So we are chanting the highest of all mantras. We don't need to chant something else. This mantra has everything you need. It contains the root sound of the basis of all effective mantras. It is the deliverer for comfortable and happy way to meditate in a perfectly balanced way. The goal of life is to stay in perfect flow and connect with the perception of the soul at each moment. Imbalance comes when we forget the reality of God and Guru in our soul. This mantra orients the compass towards God. It forms the basis of consciousness in our very soul. That's why, if you're going to pump up your sadhana, Mommy wants you to pump up the Mul Mantra. Okay? That's what you do. Do some really great warm-ups. Like my warm-ups, because my sadhana is an hour and a half. So my warm-ups are 20 to 35 minutes. And then I start moving through what you do. But I like to do at least 31 minutes of chant and then sit. Sit in the stillness. You will be amazed what God has in store for you. You then are in a higher vibration. You create an entrance into the nod. You, at that point, have been listening to you meditate on the word, right? So at that point, you're on Ekanka Satnam Karta Purik Nirabo Nirve Kamurik Anjuni Sabhang Guru Prasad Jap Arisach Jugarisach. And when I'm chanting it, there's no music, I'm chanting it, and it starts to fluctuate. It's my nod. Sometimes I go into just like that steady monotone, Ek Onkar, Satnam, Karta Purik, Nirabo, Nirve, all of it, or Ek Onkar, Satnam, Karta Purik. 31 minutes. Delivers me in ecstasy, really. That's what happens. It is perfection. So my auric is online, my minds are balanced. The best healing for my subconscious happens. The most creative intuition where God leads me on how to teach you and how to be a better wife and a great mommy to my daughter, all that comes from staying in the nod. I love you. So we're clear. What would be best is if you need a lot of action, pump up your warm-ups. Stick with the 9-minute Kriya. Pump up your Mul Mantra when you want more. And remember to sit in stillness at the close. Try to do at least 5 minutes, just sit, then lay down. If you can do like 20 minutes, you'll be happy you did. That's why we have to get up so early. Because there's a lot of good stuff you could be doing. Okay, that's it for me. I hope this was helpful. I love you, I do. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Make sure you check in with your group leaders if anything's coming up that you need guidance with. Mahendra Singh and I miss you already, and we'll see you for the 4th of July weekend. Liberation weekend. Much maggot. Guru Jagat's going to be in the house. Lots of cool things. Satnam Waheguru.